Alright, it is Monday, March 11, 2019 at 1:01 p.m. Let's take a look at the weather. Alright, severe storms and flooding target plains Midwest this week. Severe storms could spread from Texas to the lower Mississippi Valley Tuesday through Wednesday. Heavy rain will also target the plains and Midwest by midweek. Flooding will become a concern in central states, including possible ice jams on rivers. Severe thunderstorms and flooding rain will target the plains and Midwest by the middle of this week as a new storm system intensifies in the central United States. This system has already arrived in the west, where it will continue to drop accumulating snow early this week before becoming a potential blizzard in parts of the plains. The setup for the severe storms and possible flooding involves mild air and moisture from the Gulf of Mexico surging northward as a strong area of low pressure tracks through the central states. You see here the mid-air moisture surge northward from the Gulf of Mexico, and I think the most affected area might be Texas. From this strong area of low pressure tracks through central U.S. Okay, below is the latest thinking on the severe weather and flooding threats this week. Severe weather forecast: the threat of severe thunderstorms will increase across the southern plains and high plains on Tuesday, from eastern New Mexico into southwestern Oklahoma and western and central Texas. Isolated thunderstorms may develop on Tuesday morning, with large hail being the main threat. The storms are forecast to organize into a squall line Tuesday afternoon and evening and track eastward through the southern plains into the overnight hours. Damaging winds will be the main event through the squall line, though a couple of tornadoes also can't be ruled out. And here we go, the severe thunderstorm forecast. The area, Amarillo, Roswell, Lubbock, El Paso, Texas, Fort Stockton, San Angelo, Dallas, and San Antonio. And this is the area supposed to be where the main threat is going to be around. Additional severe storms may fire up Wednesday afternoon or evening ahead of a cold front from eastern Texas to the lower Mississippi Valley. The potential of any severe storms will depend on how unstable the atmosphere becomes ahead of the front. If isolated severe storms do develop, the main threat will be damaging wind gusts through an embedded tornado cannot be ruled out. And here you have the possible areas from San Antonio, Houston, Shreveport, Little Rock, Memphis, Jackson, Alexandria, west of New Orleans. Flooding concerns in plains and Midwest. In addition to the severe weather threat, heavy rain will likely lead to areas of flash flooding and river flooding in parts of the plains and Midwest this week. The heaviest rain is expected Tuesday night through Thursday. Flood watches have been issued by the National Weather Service from southwest Iowa into central and eastern Nebraska and western and central Kansas. So you got flooding alerts here from Omaha, Manhattan, Dodge City, and Kearney. They got flood watches. A broad swath, of the central and southern plains, Mississippi Valley, and Mid-South is expected to receive 1 to 3 inches of rain through Friday. As temperatures warm up, any lingering snowpack will melt, adding additional runoff into frozen soils unable to absorb the water. It is advised to clear any heavy snow or ice from storm drains before the heavy rains arrive to help reduce the risk of flooding. Ice jams will also be a major concern on frozen rivers as mild temperatures cause the ice to break up, which could become clogged in river bends or again obstructions such as bridges. As a result of water rise would occur in many flood locations upstream from the jam. When the jam breaks, flooding can occur in downstream locations. So we have rainfall outlook from less than 1 inch to 2 to 3 inches from Oklahoma City, Lubbock, Dallas, Shreveport, Memphis, Birmingham. So pretty much and keep an eye on these areas for possibility of flooding. There will be a rise in rivers, creeks, and streams in the upper Midwest and plains as well. Some river flooding could also develop, but the details on exactly where are uncertain right now. The Midwest is primed for flooding this spring due to the near-record snowpack for March in parts of the region. Alright guys, let's take a look right now at the forecast models. I've been looking at the GFS forecast models, and on Tuesday and Wednesday is when we're going to be seeing the severe weather. Here you see here Wednesday the western Texas area is where we're keeping an eye out for the severe weather. But I was also looking at, let me fast forward. I was also looking at, I think it's somewhere over here, close to the 17th. Yeah, 17th. You see here? Let me pull up the zoom. You see here, close to the Gulf of Mexico, there's this little blob coming off the coast of the Gulf of Mexico. I'm not gonna forecast anything, but I'm just keeping an eye on this because you see it fast forward here. It develops into something and it goes across Florida and it develops into a low of 1008 low system right there by Florida. I'm not saying that it's going to become anything, but I am keeping an eye on it. Here it is on the 17th on Ventusky, and keeping an eye on it as it travels across Florida the 18th. And you see here it's hanging out by Florida on the 19th. You see it here. Alright, so I'm just keeping an eye on that. I'm not saying anything is going to happen. I'm just saying keeping an eye on things is very good. Alright, next, here is the 120 hour forecast for snow. Here's where the snow is supposed to happen in the next 120 hours. Alright, next, the National Weather Service. The National Weather Service has winter storm watch for parts of northeastern Colorado, southeastern Wyoming, and western Nebraska, western South Dakota, and northeastern Wyoming, and southeastern Wyoming, and western Nebraska. Okay, so flood watches are in effect here also for southwestern Kansas, Dodge City, now central Kansas, and south central Nebraska, and eastern Nebraska, and southwestern Iowa, the Omaha Valley. There's also high wind watch for central Oklahoma, Texas and Oklahoma, and parts of southeastern Kansas. Alright, let's take a look next at the freeze line. This is where the freeze line is right now, so anything above this line will experience freezing temperatures, or close to freezing temperatures. Alright, next, this is what's happening right now. This is the radar. There is rain happening by Shreveport, for parts of Birmingham and Montgomery, and for parts of Chattanooga and Tennessee, Knoxville. Alright, let's zoom out a little bit and see what's happening on the west side. There's some rain off the coast of Seattle and some snow close to Vancouver, Canada. And there's also a little bit of snow happening on the Vermont, Maine region area. Alright, let's take a look at the weather. This is the severe weather forecast. As you see here, the parts of Texas are going to be experiencing thunderstorms likely, severe thunderstorms likely on the western side of Texas later in the week, Tuesday and Wednesday. Alright, here are the temperatures. Washington is 37 degrees, California is 44 degrees in the northern part, 48 degrees in the southern part, Texas 43 degrees on the western side, yet warmer with 55, 60, 71, and 76 degrees on the eastern side. Louisiana 50 degrees and 72 degrees on the southern side, Florida and the Panhandle 72 degrees, yet Jacksonville has 78 degrees and Miami has 81 degrees, so it's pretty warm down on the eastern side of Florida. South Carolina has 63 degrees and 73 degrees. Georgia has 64 degrees. North Carolina has 54, 63, and 55 degrees. Virginia has 54 degrees. Vermont has 39 degrees. Massachusetts has 46 degrees. And Maine has 34 and 43 degrees. So it's warming up a bit. It is still 27 degrees in Montana. It's still a bit chilly on the middle northern side, but it's warming up on the southern eastern side of the United States. Alright, let's take a look here. This is the warm water temperatures for the Atlantic. I just wanted to take a look at it because of the anomaly I was seeing on Ventusky off the coast of Florida. I just wanted to check how warm the waters were for to see if any development could happen. But I haven't seen too much warming. There is some warming off the coast of Florida, but hopefully that small low won't develop into anything. But it's always good to keep an eye on these things. Alright guys, hit like and subscribe for more, and see you guys next time. Stay safe out there guys. God bless.